Hello everyone. In this video of iterative constructs in Java, we are going to see about while and do while loop. So first we are going to see about while loop. It is an entry control loop. What do you mean by entry control loop is, while loop will check the condition before it enters into the body of the loop. If the condition is true, it will enter, otherwise it will come out of the body of the loop and it will execute the statements outside the loop. So this is a reason for calling it as an entry control loop. So you can see the working of the while loop. You can see the number one is while statement will be executed, and number two is the condition. So if the condition is true, it directly goes into the body of the loop, executes the body of the loop, and then after which you will see an updation statement at the end. After updating, it will go back to the condition. If the condition is true, again this process will continue, okay, till the condition is false. Once the condition is false, it comes out of the body of the loop. This is the working of a while loop. Now we will see a program example. So I have declared an variable I outside, and also I defined with the initial value. That means in while loop you cannot write all the three statements at a stretch. You have to write it separately. So initialization statement will be executed only once, so you cannot add it inside the loop. It should be always outside. So that will be the beginning. So you have to initialize the value, that is control variable, with the start value, and then you can see the while statement will be executed with, and then with the condition. So here you can see 1 is lesser than 10. So once the condition is true, it will enter the loop. It checks whether it prints the I value. After then it will update the I value here, I plus plus, so it becomes 2. It goes on to the condition again, checks whether 2 is lesser than or equal to 10. It is true again, so it goes on printing the output statement. So you can see the output which will be displayed like this. After 10, what happens? After printing 10, it updates the I value, that becomes 11. I will become 11, and then 11 is not lesser than or not equal to 10. Since the condition is false, it comes out of the body of the loop. So here it don't have any other statement below the body, so it will stop the program. Next we are going to see do while loop. So here you can call it as an exit control loop. That means in do while the condition is checked only at the end of the loop. Okay, after executing the body of the loop, it will check the condition. That's the reason we call it as exit control loop. So you can see the working. So you will have the first statement will be do. After that you will have an curly braces, that is the opening body of the loop. It execute the statement of the do while loop. After executing the statements, it will do the updation. After updation, it goes on to close bracket, and then while condition is given. If the condition is true, it goes back to the body of the loop again. So it goes on like this till the condition is false. Okay. After condition becomes false, it comes out of the body of the loop and execute the statements listed below. Okay. And here you can notice that this while do while ends with a semicolon. Reason is, after this while condition you don't have any other statement, so this is a statement terminator, so you have to use a semicolon after do while. Now you can see an example. It works almost same like while loop. You will have an initialization statement, then do keyword, then body of the loop is there. It checks, it prints the I value, and then updation has been done, then while and the condition. If the condition is true, it goes into the body of the loop again. So it executes the statement again and again till the condition becomes false. Once it becomes false, it will come out of the while loop. So you will have the same result. Okay. Now you are going to see the difference between while and do while. Suppose if the condition is false, what happens in while loop? So here I given I equal to 1. Now 1 is greater than or equal to 10. So the condition is false. So in while loop, what happens? It doesn't enter the body of the loop. Okay, since the condition is false, it doesn't enter the loop. It comes out of the loop and then execute the remaining statement. So the remaining statement, you have got an system.println statement which displays end of the loop. So that alone will be displayed. Okay, that means the loop will not be executed in while loop if the condition is false. In do while, what happens here? If the condition is false, before checking the condition, it executes the statement. So it at least executes the statement once. So you can see that I value 1 has been printed. Okay. After executing the statements only, it checks for the condition. If the condition is false, it comes out of the loop. Okay. So in while loop, it doesn't enter the loop, so no output will be, no body of the loop will not be executed. But in do while, it will at least execute. That is the difference between while and do while statement. Now we are going to see with an example how the working of the while loop will be. Say this while loop, we call it as it is not used for fixed number of iteration. Okay, not like for loop. For loop is used for fixed number of iteration. You should know the start value and end value. Okay, now here in this program, you can see that I given a number. I am going to separate the digits and add the digits and find the sum. So it can be a 4-digit number, it can be a 3-digit number, it can be a 5-digit number. According to the input, the loop execution also will change. That's the reason you can say it is not a fixed number of iteration. So it varies according to the input. Okay, so now you will see the program. So I got 3 variables. First variable is the input. So whatever number you are going to input, that will be stored in num. Second is digit. So I am going to separate the digits from the number, which will be stored in digit. And then finally you have sum, which will store the sum of each digit. Now first what I am going to do is I am going to input the number. After that you can see the while loop here, while num not equal to 0. So this loop will be executed till num value becomes 0. Till it is not equal to 0, it keeps on executing. Once it becomes 0, it comes out of it. So we will see how to make it 0. So inside loop we can see that digit equal to num %10. So this modulo symbol, we will find the remainder of the number. Say for this example 1, 2, 3, 4 modulus 10, it returns the remainder. So 1, 2, 3 will be the quotient and 4 will be the remainder. So that 4 will be taken as the remainder and it will be stored in digit. Now next statement is I am adding that 4 and storing it into the sum. Now this statement, next statement, num equal to num slash 10, which will reduce the number into 3 digits. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, when you divide it by 10, the quotient is 1, 2, 3. So that 1, 2, 3, since it is an integer number, there won't be any decimal part, so it stores only 1, 2, 3. Okay, now that 1, 2, 3 is checked, the once a close bracket is there, it goes back to the while condition. Now number will have only 1, 2, 3, which is not equal to 0 again. So it enters inside the loop. Digit is now have the value 3 because 1, 2, 3 %10 will return the final digit, that will be 3, that will be stored in digit. Now already next statement you have already 4 in sum, so 4 plus 3 will be added, so you will get 7, that 7 will be stored in sum here. Next statement again 1, 2, 3 is divided by 10, that becomes it reduces into 2 digits, so it becomes 12. Okay, now the next condition 12 not equal to 0. Again it is true, it enters inside, the digit becomes 2 now because 12 divided by %10 is 2, that the final digit will be separated and it will be stored in digit. Now already you have 7, 7 plus 2 is 9, that will be stored in sum. Now 12 divided by 10, so 1 will be the quotient and 2 will be the remainder, so 1 will be stored in num. Now 1 not equal to 0, again it is true, now the digit 1 %10. Since the number is smaller than the divisor, you will get the same number as the remainder. So it will store 1 here. So already you have 9, 9 plus 1 is 10, that will be stored in sum. And now next statement is 1 divided by 10. So now the remainder is 1 but the quotient is 0. So that 0 will be stored in num. Now you are going to check whether the num is not equal to 0. This time the condition is false. So it comes out of the loop and then it prints the sum of digit which is stored in the sum will be displayed. So you have already 10 which is stored, that will be displayed so that you can see the output on the screen. Now we are going to see another example, okay, which also works according to the user input. Now here what I am doing is I am just keep on entering the number, okay, and I am asking enter a number 0 to exit. That means we keep on enter the number. Once you press 0, the program, that is the loop stops and it will add all the numbers and prints the sum of the numbers you entered. Okay, this is how the this is what you need. Okay, now you are going to see the program. You got a number to store the input, and then you got a sum to store the sum. Now enter the number 0. If you press 0, it will stop the program. Okay, stop the execution of the loop. Okay, until these statements keep on executing. So you will it will keep on ask you the input. Okay, so num will be the input. That is next int will be the input statement. You will be getting the input from the keyboard and it will be stored in num. Now sum equal to sum plus num. It is straightforward. It will take the number and add it into the sum. Now the condition here is if the number is not equal to 0. So here the first number is not equal to 0. So it will goes on to the next iteration. Again it will ask for the number. Okay, if the number is whatever number you got, that will be added into the sum. Checks whether the number is 0. So you keep on. You can see the example here. So 45 is the first number which will be added to sum. And then it is check whether the 45 is not equal to 0. Yes, it is not equal to 0. So it goes down to 78. Okay, that is the next iteration. Next iteration input to 78. Again it will add to the previous value and it will be stored in sum. Now 78 is checks whether it is not equal to 0. No, it is not equal to 0. It goes on, continue with the next statement, next iteration. Again your input is 36, that will be added into the sum. Checks whether 36 is not equal to 0. Yes, it is not equal to 0. So it goes on. Okay, next statement, it will input the value as 0. Once it is 0, it will add that 0. Since you add any number with 0, it doesn't have any difference. After which it will check the condition 0 not equal to 0. In this case, the condition is false. So once the condition is false, it stops the loop, comes out and then prints the sum of the given numbers. Whatever number you entered will be added and prints you the sum. Okay, this is how the do while loop works. Hope you understood this video. We will meet in the next video. Till then, thank you.